Hi everybody! I'm so excited for today. I'm going to do an unboxing slash review of the Speks Crags. So it's this fidget toy that's advertised as being like a magnetic putty. The benefit of it being magnetic is that it's not slimy, it's not going to stick with your hands, and it's just endlessly satisfying. So, as you can see, I've already opened this one. I bought this, I think, a month ago. They have it in 3 different sizes, a small, medium, large, and a variety of colors and different colored tins. I got the small in the color indigo. It's this really beautiful bluish color. I don't know if you can really see it. I don't know, I just realized, I have a lot of natural light coming in, so it looks a little darker on my camera, but it's a really beautiful color in person. I've had this for about a month, and I really like it, but I wanted to get in a bigger size, so I got in medium, and just to change things up, I actually got a different color, so that just arrived right in front of my house. It came really quickly this time. I already opened the package up here, just so I don't have to struggle on camera, but I have not taken the package out yet or looked at it yet, so this will be our first look. So you'll see an unboxing of this, and then my review will be based on my experience with this. I thought maybe I could do it all in one video. Why not? Alright, without further ado, let's see if it changed at all. Okay, so you get everything in one package. There's no extra cards or anything or pamphlets. You get this, and just for size comparison, I think this is about, let me actually measure it. I have a ruler somewhere here. So this tin is about 2.5 inches in diameter, or just about 6.5 centimeters in diameter. This is about the size of my palm, and I have pretty small hands, and this is clearly a lot bigger than that. Alright, let's get this thing open. So I'm going to open it from this side. Okay, oh, it's actually this way. Okay, so here it is. Here's the tin. It's green. I got the green color called Jade. So I believe this, the small size, has about 150 stones, whereas this has about, how much is it? 500. Wow, so big upgrade, but I think this is a good size. We'll open this together. So when you open it, it actually comes in a plastic bag like this, so all the stones are in here. Up to you if you want to keep the bag to like squish between your hands or something. Here's the full tin. Let's actually compare it. So you can actually fit this inside. Let me put them next to each other. Huge difference. Again, this is the medium size. They have a size larger than this. I don't think I'm gonna get that. Hopefully the medium will be perfect for me. Huge difference, and even height-wise, this is a little bit taller. So let's measure this one. So this one in inches, if I had to estimate, it's about 3.75 inches. Again, it's really awkward for me to measure this with a tripod in front of my face. And if I had to round it, I'd say 9.5 centimeters. Here are all of the stones. I'm gonna empty it into the tin, see how much of it actually fills up. Let's look at this together. Open this up. Alright. It feels a little cold because it's, cold outside, so the stones feel a bit cold, which is kind of funny. Yep, and here are all the stones. Already, I'm already loving it just because I have a lot more in my hand. So you can run your fingers through the stones, you can pick up a wad and let it drip down. You can run your fingers through it like this. You could stack them on top of each other. Maybe I'll attach some footage from their reels. You can't really build anything with them. It's all very loose. They're just stones that loosely stick together by magnetism. But let's actually start from the beginning. Speks is a company that makes a lot of fidget toys and desk toys. I think their most popular product, or at least the one that I see the most often, are the Speks magnets. They're these tiny magnetic balls, much smaller than these pebbles, and you can squish them in your hand, make shapes with them. I think because they're smaller, or maybe because the magnets are stronger, you can actually make shapes with them and patterns, and you can wrap around your fingers. But they have a variety of other desk toys and fidget toys. They have like stress ball gump, or I think it's a stress ball, but it's like very goopy or something. They have this one where you can like basically build a structure. They have a bunch of stuff. You can check out their website, and they also have this thing called Crags. So Crags is advertised as being a magnetic putty, and the advantage of this is that your fingers aren't going to feel sticky afterwards. You won't have to wash your hands after because you're just dealing with magnets, stones, something dry, so you can have the experience of putty without getting your hands dirty. If you were to play with slime or putty or clay, it gets on your hands and you have to wash it afterwards. But this, you don't have to worry about that. That's how it's advertised. And like I said, they come in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large, variety of different colors, and you can play with it in the tin itself. So this is pretty small. Whenever I try to play with this inside the tin, I feel my fingers keep hitting the tin. The magnets will stick to it, so it's kind of hard to pull all the magnets out. And me personally, I don't like it when my hands touch this. I want to be able to grab all of them at once. This is kind of solved by dumping it out on the lid here. You have a bit more space, but personally, I prefer to just put it out on a surface, actually a soft cushion. So this is a leather drawstring bag that I have, but I'm not really using it right now, and I was just playing around with these, and I realized that I really like it when I have a lot more space and when I have a softer surface. I almost knocked my camera over. So what I was trying to say is when I play with these on a softer surface like this, and especially one that's not magnetic, one, I have a lot more room to play with these, to just lift these up, let them drip through my fingers. It's really nice, it's fun, and it's not as loud because now this is softer, and it's just a lot easier to pick them all up at once because these aren't stuck to the surface. Whereas if I'm playing with this, it's a struggle to grab. It's not the worst thing in the world, but this is just a little bit more convenient, a little bit nicer. One thing I'll say about this is that it's advertised as being a magnetic putty, and I kind of disagree with that. I actually don't think this is like putty at all, because when I think of putty, I think of a clay-like blob that keeps its shape. You can squeeze it or dig your fingers through it, and then it'll hold its shape. This doesn't do that at all. This is very loose. It doesn't hold a shape at all. You can't really make any kind of shape with it. Whereas with the Speks balls, just based on the videos I've seen, I think those are much closer to magnetic putty because you can squeeze it and it will keep its shape and it will stay like that. You can build shapes and patterns with that. At least that's what I think of when I think of putty. This makes me think more of like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like maybe a little goofy. It's like if water particles were solid. I don't know. The sound and the way it feels. It's okay, literally it's like running your hands through pebbles, or if you have like a giant tin of like dried rice or dried beans, you can just run your fingers through that. That's what this reminds me of. And the sound makes me think of like a waterfall, like a sea of stones. That's what this reminds me of. That's the one part of the advertisement that I don't agree with at all. I still really enjoy this. It is so fun to play with. Sometimes when I'm trying to focus, I actually just end up playing with this. I'll dump it out here and just play with this in one hand while I'm listening in. I have a lot of fun with these. I don't pull them out as often because they're quite loud, so I wait till I have the house myself, or I like close all my doors and then dump it out on here so it's not as loud. Like, you hear that loud, that is. I wanted to see what it would be like with the bigger size. As I was opening it and dumping it out into the tin, I already liked the bigger size. I can grab a handful and just play with it and then let it drip into the tin. I can grab a much larger amount and my hand has just a little bit more room to expand. Oh my gosh, wow, it actually does fit. Oh, that's cool. I could just keep them all together then. That's really cool. I think I'll do that. Save me some space. Oh, and it doesn't even stick that bad. It doesn't even stick that much to the outside. Oh, that's really cool. That's so cool. Now I kind of wish I got in blue. No, I actually want to keep these separate. I still want to use this tin, so I don't want to have to count out 150 stones just to put it back in here. Nope, just keep all the blue ones here, keep the green ones in here. I think these are pretty straightforward, honestly, so I don't know how long this video will really be. So I guess the pros of this is just it's really fun, so satisfying. I've only had this for a month, but these stones still look brand new. They're not dirty. Hopefully they last a long time. They haven't chipped yet. From what I've seen online, other people agree that these are really durable and last a long time. They're not going to chip as easily. I've heard some reviews about the Speks balls, that those can chip, but maybe it depends on what variety you get. But for these, so far, these are holding up really well. Oh yeah, they also advertise the small size as being like great for travel, so if you want to take this on the go, this is small enough to slip in your pocket, so that's cool. I don't really do that because I'm worried about dropping the stones somewhere. It's as a fidget toy or a desk toy. Whether this distracts you or whether this actually helps you focus or helps you de-stress, it depends on the person. I don't think there's a stress toy or a fidget toy out there that's for everybody. So I'm not going to judge it whether it works or not because that'll just be different for everybody. Overall pros that I can just applaud the product for are the variety of colors. I do think the sound is quite satisfying. I like the fact that it comes in a convenient tin, a nice case for magnets. Stones are really smooth, and it's just so satisfying the way it feels against your skin and the way it drips down. Oh yeah, that's just so satisfying. Pricing and shipping will vary depending on your situation and where you live, so I'm not going to go much into that. Pros are pretty straightforward. Cons? It's technically not a con. It's more like kind of misleading, but I guess it depends on what you think of as putty. I guess a con could be like if you're expecting something putty, like something to hold its shape, you're not going to get that with this. If you want that experience, maybe try the Speks balls. Again, I've never tried those, but just from the reels, I think that would be closer to putty. Like it actually holds its shape. So again, cons is that this is pretty loud. So if you're trying to use this to like fidget with in public, I feel like people will stare at you. I think this is more meant to be used like at your desk. Like maybe if you need to take a break from the screen, a break from work, but you don't want to go on your phone because then you'll just be doom scrolling or something, you could just play with this instead. Sometimes in the mornings I get really anxious, so I've started playing with this in the mornings because the sound is just so calming and it pulls me out of my anxious thoughts. So I like to just play with this in the mornings, and the sound's loud enough. That's where this comes in useful, but again, it is quite loud, so you wouldn't be able to use this around other people. It is going to be distracting for them. I don't just want to say like, oh, you're going to hear it. I mean, it is loud. It will actually be disruptive if you're in like a quiet environment, so don't bring this to a library. I don't think this will work as a fidget toy because while you can put this in your pocket, even though it is magnetic, it's still very loose. Like, it's very easy to lose some of these magnets. So if you carry this out in public to like the mall or something, it's very easy to lose. Compare that to stim mags. It's pretty quiet and you can play with these in your pocket without attracting too much attention. I feel like these you can take with you anywhere, either at your desk or even around people in the library, and you're not going to attract too many stares, but this wouldn't really work for that. These are not meant for children at all, so keep them away from children and pets because they can be easily swallowed or inhaled. All this to say, I do like these Crags for what they are. I'm glad I got the bigger size. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of distracted by these. I just want to spend the rest of the day playing with these because this is so cool. I'm so glad I got the bigger size. Like, I'm glad I got this just to try it out. Also, it is obviously cheaper to get a smaller size. Just by sale price, I had the money to buy this. I didn't want to buy a big tin unless I knew I was going to enjoy it. So I'm glad I got this, but I am just so excited to play with these. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing review. If you're interested in Crags, I hope you found this video informative. I just wanted to do this for fun. I don't think I'm going to get any more fidget toys after this, but I also thought I wouldn't get anything after buying stim mags, and here I am doing a Crags review. So, I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, I'm going to go play with these now. Take care. Bye.